Very glad to have amongst us Mr. Jatinder Singh Chandog, CEO, ONGPL, ONGC, NTPC Green. And guiding through what promises to be a high-impact conversation is Ms. Shalu Agrawal, Director of Programs at CEEW, bringing a strong policy and research lens to this discussion. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Over to you, Ms. Shalu.
Thank you so much for joining us all, and I'm truly excited to be moderating this stellar panel. I mean, not many introductions are needed here, and these are really leaders who are actually making India's energy transition happen as we speak. And as an institution that's been, studying and shaping India's energy transition, as a foot soldier myself, we are at a very exciting juncture in India's transition journey. We have already installed 250 gigawatts of clean energy capacity in the country. India has the fastest growing RE fleet amongst emerging economies, and we are on track to double our clean fleet to 500 gigawatts by 2030. Even if we look at green molecules, green hydrogen, we have the largest mission in the world with very ambitious targets and equally generous incentives available, be it in the central or state policies, as per one of the studies by CW, nearly $60 billion worth of incentives are available in various formats in India for green hydrogen. Even on the clean energy front, one of our studies suggests that by 2030, India would do well to ramp up its renewable energy target from 500 gigawatts to actually 600 gigawatts, because that is what will be needed to meet our rapidly growing power demand through reliable and affordable manner. But whether we meet these targets and how soon we meet these targets will depend on really how fast you steer some of the goals that you have set for your own companies. And that's why I think this discussion becomes very exciting. And I'm keen to hear, how will we get there? And I'm sure all of you are equally keen. So let's dive straight in, and I will keep, I will speak the least so that you can hear the most from our speakers here. And we'll do it perhaps in 3 rounds, quick ones. My first question is, as leaders of, these, front-runner companies who are shaping India's energy transition, what's in your vision? What are the goals and targets that are keeping you awake, so to say? What are the technologies, financing models, and partnerships, if you may, that you are planning to take next bet on that will help you achieve those targets? And essentially, which of the key levers of transition are you going to capitalize on? So that's my question to all of you, and perhaps we can start with Harshi and move this.
Good morning, and thank you, ETH and Global Alliance for Sustainability, for inviting us here. ONGC Green was incorporated in 2024, February. We are the 100% subsidiary of ONGC. We have a target to achieve 10 gigawatt of renewable capacity by 2030. And we also intend to have net zero scope 1 and scope 2 by 2038. Now, according to us, utilizing our financial strength and the institutional status, we intend to achieve this target through 2 routes, organic as well as inorganic. An organic route, we are going for acquisitions. We have an alliance with NTPC Green, and we have formed a JV called ONGC NTPC Green Private Limited. And through the JV, we have acquired Ayana Renewables, a platform with 4.1 gigawatt capacity. These acquisitions provide you a quick capacity addition, and you don't have to face any execution challenges. You get revenues very fast. Another acquisition that we have done is of PTC Energy, 288 megawatt. And in addition to this, we are also going through the organic route. We have floated a 300 megawatt tender last month, awarded a 300 megawatt solar tender last month, and we have floated a 250 megawatt wind tender in December only. And we have, so according to us, the foremost enabler, keeping our vision and our strength in mind, is to scale up the capacity through solar and wind with best backup, because we need a reliable supply. And another enabler which we think will be of crucial importance to India's energy security will be green hydrogen, which we expect to come up in the next 3-4 years. So we are working on that. There are some R&D projects going on. We are taking up a pilot project at one of our assets. Then we have refineries, MRPL and HPCL under ONGC group. So for MRPL, we are planning a 10 KTPA, 20 KTPA green hydrogen plant. We have a total ambition of acquiring 1 MMTPA of ammonia capacity by 2035. So this is what our ambitions are all about.
Thank you so much, and thank you for also being very brief and crisp. Neerav.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. We are, although my hairstyle might not symbolize that, we're actually the youngest kid on the block. We're just about 4 years old. We came into, we were conceived in late 2021, so it's just about 4 years since we've been around. Blue Pine Energy is a renewable energy IPP focused exclusively on India. Today we are present in 10 states, developing, building, owning, operating wind, solar and battery storage plants across India. I think at the outset of this, and I was one of the early attendees, I mean, I came in early this morning, and at the outset, one of the comments was made is we need to move from intent to impact and to implementation. And I think that theme resonates very well with what's going on. There's a lot of numbers being thrown around, a lot of targets that have been set, very ambitious targets, which I think with the, but there is no dearth of capital today in the industry. There's ample funding available for whoever wants to build and develop these assets, whether it's renewable energy, green hydrogen, methanol, green ammonia, EV charging, there's ample capital. But there's a few levers that I think we need to kind of optimize and switch on and accelerate if we have to make those targets a reality. And top of mind is the supply chains. Today, our supply chains are predominantly dependent on China. Not so much over the last couple of years. We've made tremendous progress in India itself in terms of being able to build factories that can make modules and cells. But the rest of the upstream supply in terms of ingots, wafers, and polysilicon itself, which is the raw material for solar panels, are still very China heavy. And onshoring that supply, that piece of the supply chain, is one key component that we need to work on. In the same vein, and before I say that, let me say that the collective goal here has to be to deliver affordable renewable electrons and quality electrons at viable cost over 25 years. So, you know, whether there's 10